Alright, so welcome to DOREEN'S African Experiences. Happy birthday to me. I'm grateful for a new life. Yes, I'm excited for the 28th year of my life because I've been alive. Guys, I'm alive. I've gone through so much in the past 27th year. You know, that particular year was hell. I could have died. In fact, I had near-death experiences, like 6 of them, like for real this time. You know, I mean, it's always real, but this time it was real. Like, I literally stared in the eyes of death, you know. So you need to know that I'm grateful to be here, you know. Now, as far as the video is concerned, guys, please enjoy the video. I've made promises towards making it, and believe me, I wanted to make the video for a very long time, but I knew it required a long journey. But I eventually took the journey and I did the video, you know. I wanted to deal with people that I've dealt with before because I like the people that I've dealt with before, you know, and the people that operated under pressure, under bad weather, and they did perfectly fine, you know. No complaints, no issues, no problems, no delays, nothing. So these are the kind of people I like in my life when it comes to what the hell? When it comes to executing you know, projects. So now, for starters, yeah, please subscribe, like, and share, and I am gonna have a blast today. I believe I am. I think I'm so happy, guys. Thanks for all the support, because I've been getting a lot of subs, a lot of views, and please, thank you. I don't know how much more I can say thank you, but trust me, you're making a lowly girl out here very happy. You made me a very happy person, you know, especially this past month. I don't even know how to even repay you. It's very crazy. Half the time when people do me favors, I have a way of repaying them. But this one, I don't know how to. The only way I can is probably by keeping the, you know, keep the content coming, respond on time, answer all your questions truthfully and honestly, giving you as much content to help with your questions as I can. And I'm gonna keep doing that exactly. Truth is, you know, do you see how happy I am lately? That's how I've always been. That's me. I'm a very happy person. It's very hard to get me down because half the time I'm always happy. I've always been a happy person, you know, up until 1.5 years ago, you know. So it's like somehow I had lost myself, you know. I lost who I was, who I am, and who I am continuing to be. I am exactly that person now. A very happy person, extremely talented, highly ambitious, and very you know, I execute. So I'm putting all my energy back into myself, and it's paying off. I want you to understand that if you're going through a tough time, you are not alone. But please don't give up. Don't ever give up, because life as we know it is all we know. We don't know a lot of other things, you know. Nothing is promised, you know. But what you have right now, your existence is something that you can count on. So don't take that for granted. If you're dealing with some stuff, if you're in a country where you have a therapist, please see one. If you have people you can talk to, please talk to them. And for people, please, if people come to you talking to you about their pain, don't be such a big mouth talking about their pain with other people. Be nice. Because today it could be you, her or him, and tomorrow it could be you. That's the thing. Life takes twists around, you know. People who go and do evil to others always think it's never gonna happen to me. Oh, it might not, but it could happen to somebody you love or care about, you know. And that's the concept of karma. Karma comes around. It's like always the world, as you know, as we experience it, is going around and round, you know. So please, guys, be nice, be good. Life is not permanent. Nothing in life is permanent. The only thing that's permanent is death. Yes. So when you have, please give. When you can't help, when you know, be nice. Just be good people. And believe me, the good you do always comes back to you. I know this. I'm experiencing this. I've experienced this. Be genuine people from the heart. Stop with all these buckets of pretense, hypocrisy, lying to yourselves that you're good people, but when deep inside you are horrible, horrible people. You know, you will give with one hand and take with 10 hands. You know, you want to take away everything, every little thing you do, you want to take and take. But to what end? To what end? Believe me, being a horrible person, you can hide it. You can hide it. Actually, the most horrible people are pretentious. You can never know. They're wearing a mask of hypocrisy. You know, they're always preaching this and doing that. It's just crazy. That's the world we live in. We can't do nothing about that. But what we can do something about is ourselves. You know, just try to be a genuine person. You don't have to give everything you have. You don't have to do a lot. Just be a genuine person. Treat people the way you want to be treated. You know, respect some people. Of course, disrespect some. Oh my goodness, I'm ranting. Please, please, please. This is not even a joke, guys. I nearly died. You know, yesterday I was on one of my tours and I experienced death. An animal died right in my arms. You know, a goat, a little goat. I tried to save her life. You know, out here the vets are very fast, so when you see something, you have to take notes. You know, look at your animals so, you know, closely. So when something, even a little sign comes up, please, please, please call the vet. Okay? So I used my knowledge from my animals to, you know, try and help that poor goat. My goodness, it was a bad experience. Okay? So I ended my 27th year with death. It's so weird. I don't want to see more death. I don't want to experience more death, guys. I cannot do that. But it's inevitable. But I want you to understand that all life is precious. So is yours. You know, don't mind those people. Try to look for happiness within yourself, happiness outside yourself, especially from things, people, things that can be destroyed, things that can be taken away, things that can collapse. That's terrible. That's dangerous to do. You need to be able to, first of all, learn how to be alone. Learn how to be alone and find things that make you happy alone. Once you learn how to be alone, content, comfortable and happy, believe me, you'll have everything you need yourself. Something that's always reliable, that's not gonna, you know, change on you, that's not gonna disappoint you, that's not gonna stab you in the back or directly in your face, because people are so shameless. They'll stab you right in front of your face. Yeah, I mean, that's figure of speech, you know. It's not literal, but even literally people just come and stab you. I mean, I don't know how people, I mean, I've not seen people stabbing people, not in this country. There is that, but they're few. All I'm saying is learn to be alone. Learn to be happy alone. You know, forget those fake friends, forget those, you know, fake boyfriends, that money, don't forget any of this, but just don't prioritize them in your life. Like, without them, can you be you? Can you be happy? Can you find balance? Can you be stable, you know? Without the things that you claim give you happiness, you know? My guys, the day is upon us and we must celebrate because life is precious. I'm a big woman now, 28. So welcome to today's African Experiences, and finally we're gonna get some sand in action. I know what I promised is not what I'm delivering, but this is the best I can do. I'm shooting this a day before my birthday, by the way. As you can see, we're gonna be discussing sand, lake sand strictly. It's going to be an interesting experience. So my aim for this video is to basically show you types of sand and how much they go for, you know. This location is in Mukono, in the center after 120, so you can come and buy from here if you like, or you can use this information to buy from wherever you are. Lake sand. Magical, right? Agutunda? Ayagala ngotika? Eragwe kali. So contrary, let me go and sit in front of the camera so I can explain better, so we don't play too much. Lweera, the most famous type of sand. This is basically, if you are constructing, this is the best alternative. In Uganda, that's what they call it. I don't know about other African countries, but Uganda, that's the common name for it. And this can build anything and everything. So if you don't understand how to differentiate between types of sand, if you don't know how to differentiate between types of sand, you simply have to ask for Lweera. Now, when it turns white, mostly it's white, but this is actually its color, because this is white now. When it's dry, it's really white, you know. Now, let me get for you the prices of Lweera, starting from an elf all the way to a center truck. Lweera elf yame. Abidi. Eya Lweera. 18 kwa abidi. So for an elf truck, Lweera costs about 180,000 shillings to 200,000 shillings. Yes, it's the purest of all sand. The grain is perfect. So that's an elf truck. Ate forward. Air flat. So a flat forward is going for about 270. There is a difference in forward. So when you're buying, you have to know exactly what the difference is. You have a flat and then one that's hipped. Lweera. That's crazy. So Lweera, a hipped forward truck, it's really big. It's going for about 600,000 shillings, you know. But of course, if you're buying a lot, you can get from about 580, 550, yeah. Kambuze, ate box body. Yeah, Jamaica forward yechirengo. By the way, John abaddeyo nga bakolerayo amabati ga box body. No, gye bagakolera. Company byaba China bagita tyanga. Bafudde ambassador waabwe no mu Uganda. Eri mu kibuga Katwe. Nabadde sigiraba nga bagikola. Gikalwa. So basically, the truck, I remember showing you, you see a forward truck, right? That's a forward truck. So a box body is basically a forward truck that's reconstructed. They buy this, the companies sell them like that. When they come here, they can build the body to go all the way above, slightly the head of the truck. And that's what they call a box body. Okay? And that one is going for 600,000. Okay? Ate Lweera. Oi, kino tugende. Ate box. Ate sino truck. Magulu 10.
Sino truck singe.
Nze manyi mu mipiira magulu 10 ne magulu 12. Anti kati oli waba talina sente za magulu 12.
Anti kati eri 12 yabbi.
12 Hey, so there, when you're dealing with Sinotrax, you have to understand there are two types of Sinotrax. So we have a Sinotrax that's 12 tires and 10 tires. So apparently one for 10 tires is going for about 1.7, 1.5, 1.7. That's Lweera. And then the one with 12 tires is going for 2M. And some people will sell it to you up to even at least 2.2, but not more than that. And that's Lweera. Lweera is usually the best alternative I would recommend anyone to build with. But there is other types of Lexan that I'm going to show you, and I tell you what you can best use them for. Mutane. Hey. Remember these stones? These stones, when you go to a quarry, they're selling them in tons. So a ton could go for ton yalinga ya mekai.
Ton.
Kati yali kumeka. Anti buno obutono.
Yali ena kanana. Anti lakati.
Anti waliwo obusingako buno.
Kano obunene. Ena kanana.
Ate buno obutono.
Buno era banya China bala price yabo yemu kisinzira gwe
kyoba oyagadde.
Bayinza okugamba gano nga beeyi ntono.
Yeah. So these, when you're buying them, they sell them according to tons. So every truck carries its own capacity of tons. Pause forward etwala tani maker. Sit tano, nyata.
Yangi sawa zino 5.4.
5.4 tons. Oh wow. So you have to understand how many tons the truck that they are giving you carries. It's very important because that way you can actually understand how you're being priced. It's very important. Now we're going to see a different type of sand. It's all like sand, but some is different. And it can all build, but you have to know the difference in prices and when to best use it. And before I proceed, the difference between you that's watching this video right now and somebody that's not is that you're going to understand a bunch of things, you know, from the ground point of view. And these prices I'm telling you are cutting across the entire country, whether you like it or not. It's the same. You know, and when you're building, please do not be misguided. When you are doing construction, lake sand is more necessary than plaster sand. You understand? Plaster sand is what's cheap. The reason lake sand is most expensive is because it's what you need most in the construction. Does it make sense? How do I put this? Do you see the content of stones in this sand? This is some of what you need to hold the cement together into the mix. Now, plaster sand doesn't have that quality, which leaves it at a disadvantage, meaning it can hold together, but it cannot hold together as much as the lake sand does. Okay? So, I know for a fact, lake sand is not costing, I hear, 180 a forward truck. From which country? This country. You can ask anybody. That's maybe plaster sand. And plaster sand are forward. Forward ya plaster sand, omutasawa nakuwa kumitwalo 15. 17. You hear that, right? So for plaster sand, a forward truck, a flat forward, you can even get it at 170. You understand? The most anyone should charge you is maybe 180, and that's a flat forward. You know, plaster sand is very cheap because it's everywhere, especially in this country. Most especially in Mukono, it's everywhere. Everywhere you turn, someone is excavating plaster sand, so it's very cheap. But lake sand is not cheap like that. And when you are building, this is the ratio, the correct ratio to construction. 1 bag of cement, 3 wheelbarrows of lake sand, and 1 wheelbarrow of plaster sand. It can still work. And then if you want the best mix, and this also depends on what type of cement you're using, you can have 1 bag of cement to 2 wheelbarrows of lake sand to 1 wheelbarrow of plaster sand. There is no way There is no equation in construction where plaster sand content surpasses the number of lake sand or stone dust. In fact, you would rather build like this: one bag of cement to 2 wheelbarrows of lake sand to 1 wheelbarrow of stone dust. It can also work. You understand? Plaster sand is, how do I put this? It is something you can easily take out of an equation and you still have a very good build. You understand? But you still need something to act as a softening element in your mix. But never be told by anybody that you need more plaster sand to build, you understand, than lake sand. That's impossible. And let me give you an example. If you are building, if you're building a house, right, and you've been told you need 5 trucks of lake sand, because plaster sand is what you take the least of, you get about 5% out of 100% of what you're getting for lake sand. For example, if you're buying 5 forward trucks of lake sand, you need 2 forward trucks of plaster sand, not the other way around. It's just an example, okay? Now let's get the price for this type of sand. This type of sand is what most people would refer to as the dirty sand, but it's very good. It's also lake sand. Hati gunom chafu erefu ya meka. Color yago, but still sim chafu color. It's clean, but it's color. I think it also depends on how deep you're extracting when you're extracting from the lake. For erefu ya meka. Kuminena erefu. I hope you're matching the differences in price. Na kumineta anolita inza no gokuguza. 140 to 150 with an L. Fate forward. Yeah, flat. Flat forward 200,000 shillings. Ate box body. So a box body of this is about 500, 520. Nendo za no bowe gede no mtu bulungi. Takwane kwana mo mnana. Mafuta. So box body is going for about 500, 520. I'll be attaching Kayongo's number into this because I've worked with him for about 2 to 3 years, and I think he's quite reliable. You know, he's very reliable when it comes to material. He can give you different types of trucks because he handles all types of trucks, from Sino trucks to forwards to box bodies. Because of the location, when I done my construction, I was using box bodies. So if you need more than 3 forward trucks of sand, I would rather advise you get a box body, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up spending more money buying a forward truck of material than a box body. And yet a box body carries a lot of material, trust me, because a box body is almost double the size of a normal forward truck. It's a normal forward truck, but when you build it up and then you have to fill it up all the way to the brim above its head, that's literally the double amount or the double number of a forward. So you'd rather buy a forward truck, a box body truck of material if you need a lot of material. If you can't afford a Sino truck, but if you're gonna do a heavy construction and you're just starting to build a house, I would advise you to buy at least one Sino truck of 12 tires, one Sino truck of lake sand, and then you hustle out the plaster sand because you don't need that much of it anyway, unless you're buying at once to also do plastering. When you're doing plastering of a house, you don't need lake sand. It's just plaster sand, just like the word itself, plastering. Okay, cement and sand, that's it. Okay, ate go on the Sino truck, magulu 10 ne magulu 12. Go no.
Magulu 10 anzo kuwa mu kitundu.
Mu kitundu magulu 10 abatakusedde. Emwana
magulu 10 emwana mu kitundu awo batuli baba. Eri nzo kwongera ke ntolo ngadi mu kaabyo kwawo.
Ku magulu 12. So 10 tires for this yellow sand, yeah. 10 tires of a Sino truck is going for about 1.4, 1.5, and then 12 tires is about 1.7, 1.8, around there. And yes, like I said, Kayongo delivers around the entire country, so you don't have to worry about how far you are. When you want sand, he'll handle that. Because remember, they are bringing this sand all the way from Entebbe, and that's really far. That's why you have to get most of this lake sand. Because lake sand, it means you have to extract it from a lake. Sino truck. 12 tires. That's crazy. Ninaje nakubye ekifaananyi ng'egenda.
Wali tebiriiwo bitera bbeera wali nga bingi na wali ewanfuni situnudde naye nga bimanyi weeziri bitirivu. Kyenakubye kijja kummala. Ompozi wali ekika ky'omusenyu omulala ogw'ennyanja. Waliwo ogubeeramu amayinja amangi. Waliwo ogwa yero ogubeeramu amayinja amangi. Era kati nga omanyi omusenyu gwa yero gulina nnyo njawulo. Bbeeyi kusinziira ku bbeeyi yaagwo.
Gy'oba ogifuniddeko.
White ava mu kowala ate yero alina wava. And also, you people, you should be very careful that people are selling to you plaster sand as lake sand. Do you know that? Because they can extract that plaster sand and wash it, and it looks like lake sand. It's insane. So this is a secret in construction that I thought some of you should know, because some of you are buying lake sand as plaster sand. Kayongo, ateri netako onosi maram. Buno mubi. Anti kati era kati ono omugulanga maram. Nagulako maram awo nga muteeka mu kkubo yali mungi. Naye abaana banguzanga forward mitwalo bajalinge 280. Naye bakuwa kala ate nfunyi mwana wagulinga maram. Nagwo omusenyu. Naye bakuba nti abakola pavers gwe beetaaga guno baguteekawo kisinziira oli kyabayagala. Oli kyabayagala naye nga eri ekika ekirungi osinga ku kino. Ate ate okuteekawo guno teekawo guli ogwa yero wansi. Guno kale kimusanyufu bulungi. Waliwo omusanyufu omulungi omwozi oguvudde nga walungi. So he's saying that there is you see, like I told you, that yellow sand, you can use it to build, but if you're going to place your pavers down, that's the type of sand you need to be put down. Because remember, when they're putting pavers on the ground, they have to put sand first. So that the yellow sand is what you should go for, because it has bigger grains that can hold onto the ground more better. This is nice. Nice stones. I wonder, I think this is how they've been. Gana mayinja gabeeranga we gati kuvadda. Gano olwo emotoka eryagalekanga naye galega. Bagenda gakuba. Bagakubamu obuyinja obutono. Bagakubamu buli. Gava mu kwali waliwo osunuka ezagalekanga kati bano abaana bagajjako ne bagasuula wansi bamanyi bano agakuba naye tebagasobola. Kozi nga oli avudde eri mu kirombe najja n'agayuzaayuza. Nagenda yeyo waggulu eyo mu mayinja gano banaye gansanyusa. Namubiri waliwo eri namubiri. Ku Gayaza road kwova n'oyingira munda eyo. Olusozi luli eyo nayambukayo bannange. Nani omanyi nti abantu batemyemu yonna eriyo ebinnya. Kati n'olugenda wano kisuka. Eyo wali ate amayinja manene nnyo. Lwazi kale luwanvu nnyo. Luwanvu.